I had no idea the complexity of the transaction that's required to sell a business, even a small business. Dan was able to help me find proper legal counsel and help assist me in dealing with that legal counsel to get over these many hurdles. And the satisfaction that you have by a good legal document when you sell your business is very, very important, and I had no idea how important until Dan introduced me to it.
The one thing as I look back on the process, which lasted about 16 months, was Dan's ability to just stick to the process. He was very committed to it. Even when we ran into some challenges, he stayed committed to it, and he was very understanding of the frustrations that we had along the way, but in the end, he was committed to the process and understood what the goal was, and met every challenge along the way.
The transaction was a lot more complicated than I ever expected. Obviously, you have the valuation period, which is a period where, with Dan's experience, he has the ability to communicate with the buyer and understand those items. Really, where the most complicated part was the due diligence part, and that's where Dan was able to flesh out all the aspects of what was important to us as a seller, and really had the ability to work on our behalf.
My transaction was an asset sale, and due to the nature of my industry, it ended up being more complicated than expected. We had hundreds of pieces of equipment, each with their own title, that had to be transferred. I would not have known how to do that efficiently on my own. Sunbelt and Dan had been through this and made it a relatively easy process.
I believe that transactions such as selling a business are always more complicated than what you believe they might be when you go into the transaction. We had some special circumstances where we had other people that owned shares of stock of our company. They had outstanding warrants, and Dan was able to work through those issues with the buyer to make it a more smooth transaction and make sure that the transaction was going to happen.
The transaction was very complicated. There was a lot of details involved that we never even imagined. And Dan did a great job of laying out the whole process, walking us through what to expect, and also coaching us on how we needed to respond to a lot of the questions that were presented and a lot of the information that was requested of us.